Well, there we have it, guys. Pool B decided. Ireland and South Africa also were going on to the quarterfinals. But a heartbreak for Scotland in this one. Ireland taking it 36 points to 14. And to be honest, at 50 minutes, you could have told me Scotland finish on 0. And I said, yeah, probably. Ireland looking absolutely superb in this one. The game's literally just finished on mine. So, of course, we're going to run through some full-time thoughts, some of the key highlights of the game, give some opinions, all that fun stuff. And as usual, drop down in the comment section your thoughts on the game, because we all have slightly different opinions on it. And, of course, if you enjoy this style of video, make sure you hit the old like button, because it only takes 2 seconds. It's free, and it does really help support the channel and the videos and stuff. So, Ireland 36-14. I thought Ireland would win this one. I thought they would win it relatively comfortably. I did not expect the performance we got to see today, to be honest. 26-0 at half-time. And you sort of talk about Tier 1 international rugby, right? This is rank 1 versus rank 5 in the world. This is pretty big. These are two massive competitors in what we expect. Scotland not getting everything right today. So quite a few things going wrong for them, but you can't take anything away from just how good that Ireland performance was. That first half especially. On the back of the Ireland-South Africa game, I had quite a few complaints about the Ireland performance, different things go wrong for them. A couple of people didn't like that because people want to hear the winning team won, therefore let's only talk about the positives. There's always things to work on, always things to improve on. That first half for Ireland might be as close to flawless in terms of actual performance that I've seen it like a Tier 1 side. I thought it was absolutely superb from them. Got a try in 65 seconds. James Lowe running down that wing. Ringrose starting it out. Ringrose hitting that gap in that 13 channel, getting the offload to Hansen, out to James Lowe to run that one over. That wing for Scotland, a little bit of an issue today. Ringrose had a superb one, just targeting that wing, hitting the gap on the inside of 2 defenders. And then Ringrose doing the same thing to get Hugo Keenan over in that 26th minute, charging up that inside channel and offloading that ball, and Hugo Keenan taking it onto that same wing. 2 other tries. Ian Henderson getting his in the 32nd, and Hugo Keenan getting his second of the game in the 39th minute off a nice little set play. They went off a tap and go. 4 tries, bonus point all in the first half, and the performance from Ireland was superb. One of the things that's been impressing me most about this Ireland team over the course of the year as well as the World Cup, though, is the ability to adapt and the way they're improving on different things. When we saw them against the Springboks, one of the things that I thought was their biggest issue was the line out. There was so much going wrong. This week they came in, the line out looked so much better. Dan Sheehan taking over the throwing looked a lot better. Ian Henderson coming in the line outs, I did think make improvements as well. I didn't really cover that in the preview video, but I thought he made a big step up today. Peter O'Mahony on his 100th cap, also working really hard at that line out. The set piece for Ireland working extremely well from them, giving a superb platform to just get them underway and going on the attack. And the Ireland attack, as we know by now, there's so many options. They have so many of those attacking backs running together. There's so many options for defenders to choose, and that's one of the reasons why they got so many tries in this one. Scotland had opportunities in that first half from about 5 minutes up to about 15 minutes. We just spent all of it in the Ireland 22, or at least in the Ireland half. They had numerous opportunities trying to get over for points. They had 3 penalties over that time period where they turned down the 3 points to the post. Back, where they're only 5-0 down, there's the opportunity just to kick yourself back into the game. They turned it down 3 times and came away with no points. By the 20th minute, they'd had 4 entries into that Ireland 22 and come away with 0 points. And I know they want the tries. I know all those different permutations. They wanted to try and get the bonus, try and get the win in this game, but they just weren't coming away with it. They're trying to unlock that Ireland defence a little bit too quickly in this one. But the Ireland defence, again, just superb in this one, just not committing anyone to the breakdown. 1-man tackle, 2-man tackle, both of them roll out. Scotland committing 4-5 men to every single breakdown. Ireland just aren't even in it. I don't know why they're committing 5 men at a time. It's shortening the Scotland attack to be able to go out wide. We didn't really hear Darcy Graham or Johan van der Merwe's name said at all, really, in that first half. It was so quiet. Scotland could not get the ball out to them because they had to commit so many men to the breakdown. And then by the time you've shortchanged yourself on men, that's the one Ireland wait for, and they just targeted that breakdown. I thought it worked so well for them today. And just overall, the defence, absolutely superb. And that's how you get to 26-0 at half-time. And you feel like, they'll be extremely happy with that half-time performance. Going on to the second half, then, we do have a yellow card to talk about. This was an interesting one. Ollie Smith getting yellow yellow carded. This was a trip on Sexton, sort of after the whistle had already gone, and then that sort of devolved into a whole little fight on the go with people pushing and shoving and stuff. Ollie Smith getting a yellow card in this one. Now, I always like to weigh in. People disagree with me. I don't really think Ollie Smith deserved a yellow card for this. It's a stupid thing. It's done on purpose. You know, you could argue that's fully cynical. He knew what he was doing. He's trying to rub Johnny Sexton up the wrong way, try and throw him off his game because he's such a linchpin for this Ireland team. You know, a trip after the whistle that, you know, didn't exactly trip him over. He sort of kicked his leg. I was more than happy for that to have seen a penalty. I don't know if a yellow card was fully necessary for that one. The area I think a yellow card could have been given, though, Schoeman pushing Dan Sheehan over the bollard, over that advertisement awning. I don't know why that's not a yellow card. I feel like, you know, tapping someone on the leg, all right, fair enough, yeah. It's a bit cheap, bit nothing. We don't like to see it in rugby. A yellow card for me was a little bit harsh. But dragging someone over the awning and slamming him down on his back and on his neck, that could be a yellow card. I feel like that maybe has gone the wrong way there. Maybe a yellow card awarded to the wrong player for me in that instance. Ireland, though, taking full advantage, getting over for Dan Sheehan's try in the 44th minute. They just kept that momentum going. Ireland did so well after the break not to let their foot off the gas, and Dan Sheehan scoring that one over in the corner. Where else do you want to see a hooker except for out on the far wing? The ball shipping out wide. Again, all the room being made via the backs, although Tyburn was involved in that one as well, to be fair. But again, shipping that out wide. And Gary Ringrose, of course, getting his in the 58th minute on that same wing as well from a crossfield kick. So a lot of punishment going in for that wing. Few issues for Ireland as it went on, not necessarily their own, but injury concerns. A couple of big players dropping out of this one. Mac Hansen went off, came back on, and then went back off again off his own accord, which, you know, I think is well versed for a rugby player to say, you know what, I'm not feeling this, someone else needs to come on. So we need to check him out a little bit. James looked like he took a finger into the eye, which from the replays looked like it was actually Tyg Burns' hand accidentally jabbing in the eye. His eye did not look good at all, so he didn't come back on at half time. So they moved over to the doubles scrum half, and James Gibson Park going out the wing, who I thought again played a good game. It's one of the things that's separating this Ireland team at the minute is the ability to just adapt to those circumstances. How many other teams are going to be able to adapt and chuck a scrum half out on the wing? You've got a centre has had to come on in replacement of the other wing, so your outside centres moved to the other wing. Your back line's completely changed. It's completely disorganised. It's very unlikely you've trained for it, and still playing so well and so coordinated together. I think it was very, very impressive from Ireland. Scotland did mount a bit of a comeback, though, which was nice to see. Ewan Ashman getting over his try in the 64th minute. Maybe probably one of the only times I would say it felt like Ireland just got a little bit disjointed. That defensive line that was so solid for the first hour just began to find those cracks, and a couple of players out of position, players running up a little bit too fast, creating that overlap. Ewan Ashman with a lovely sidestep. Again, what you want to see from a hooker out on the wing. Again, just sort of like Dan Sheehan, but got a lovely step around Colin Murray and charged his try over. I think it caught Ireland a little bit off guard. I don't think they were expecting that try, and didn't quite get themselves back up to speed. Composure lost a little bit because we had that kick-off from that try being scored, and from that one play, the ball going out, Hugh Jones allowed to have a bit of space to work in. Big line break from him, back inside to Ollie Smith, on to Ali Price to run over his try. So Scotland scored 2 tries in as many minutes, and it does go to show that Scotland have that ability. They have those talented players, and it's one of the things that probably irritated me most in this game was not seeing Scotland use them. Again, similarly to what we had in the Scotland Springboks game, where they tried to meet the physicality, they tried to meet the forwards head on head, and you feel like they're not using what their best weapon is. You watch them play against Romania. The forwards aren't touching the ball. Darcy Graham scoring 5 tries and having fun. You go into these sorts of games and they just stick to the forwards. They don't want to get that ball out wide. And don't get me wrong, the Irish defence out wide was also very, very good at when they did get the ball. But I just wanted to see that ball come quicker. A lot of the passing manoeuvres from Scotland throughout the game were just a little bit obvious. The ball was going to Finn Russell. There was 3 options. One man had his hands up. The other players weren't even looking at it sometimes. It's so clear who the ball's going to go to. Ireland hit it hard. Are we going to be able to get the jackal? No. If not, we back all the players out. We'll let them commit the men to the ruck. We'll hold our defensive line. If it's a yes, everyone's going in. They've got so many jacklers. Andrew Porter had a good game. Caelan Doris, Josh van der Fleer. Everyone's getting over that ball if you give them any sort of opportunity, and really did punish Scotland. But again, in terms of that, that adapting, that back line for Ireland, having to learn a whole brand new bunch of techniques of who's going to be playing where. They just conceded 2 tries, but again, regaining the composure. How many teams have we seen across this World Cup where suddenly you start conceding tries, you start getting put on the back foot, and suddenly you're just playing for safety? you're playing for dear life. Ireland felt like they really got composed after that second try. They sat themselves down. They went, right, let's calm ourselves down. Let's reorganise our shape. Let's get put back on the front foot. Suddenly that defence looks so much better. Scotland again got stopped, going nowhere. Breakdown penalties. They were getting scrums on Scotland, put-ins and stuff. They almost looked like Finlay Bealham got over for one try right at the end for Ireland. Would have pushed them over that 40 marker. But the try did get disallowed for that one. So Scotland win this one with the bonus point, 36 points to 14. They top the pool and have looked superb doing it all the way through, to be fair. This game will be a bit heartbreaking for Scotland. I really wanted a bit more from this Scotland team, but I think this is one of the better performances I've seen from this Ireland team over this year, to be fair, and they've been good all year, but this is, again, just that extra level step up. In terms of moving on from this then, Scotland unfortunately going out of the World Cup at this stage. Ireland will go on. They're going on to play New Zealand because those games have already been sorted out over in Pool A. So currently the big talking point will probably be looking at the injury concerns, because you want James Lowe fit, you want Mac Hansen fit. Mac Hansen's looked like it might just be a knock, and that's something you could recover from. The injury to the eye of James Lowe, I mean, he still played a few minutes towards the end of that first half, probably didn't want to come off because he knew they didn't really have the replacements for him on that wing. But I thought Gibson Park did a good enough job out on the wing, but again, losing two very valuable wingers as well as the other options that, you know, Mac Hansen offers you in the air and James Lowe offers you from the boot, having a left-footed boot and the way he plays out on that wing. Going up against New Zealand could be a couple of big losses for them, so we'll see how the injury statuses get on over the next few days. Of course, round 5's not over, guys. We've still got 3 big games going on tomorrow, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel to let yourselves know when all the latest videos come out. There's a couple of massive games going on. I'm thoroughly enjoying this round of the World Cup. Last round was a little bit, whatever for me, just teams demolishing other teams, but this one has been a superb one. What a great game this one was as a neutral for me to watch. Commiserations to the Scotland fans, but congratulations to Ireland on a superb performance and worthy quarter-finalists. And I, for one, I'm really looking forward to Ireland-New Zealand. Don't know about any of you guys. So make sure you draw down in the comment section what you thought of this game, and I will see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.